I lived in a gated community from 8 years old until I moved out. Yes, I did. And I never once said that I was poor growing up, and my parents were not poor growing up. My parents did not have that much money until I was 8 years old, when my dad sued somebody, got 500,000 from the lawsuit, and then invested that money. That's when he started, getting, more money and stuff. Here's the thing, though. All because my parents had money doesn't mean I was fucking happy, okay? Like, people don't understand that. The relationship with my parents was very, very bad. I lived with my parents, but I would talk to them like once a week, dude. Like, very fucking rarely. I would never see them. I would come home when I was working at Chowderheads. I wake up at fucking 9 in the morning, fucking leave, and then I, sometimes, or go to school sometimes, and then I come back late as fuck, and they're in their room with the door closed. I go to my room and I close my door. We don't fucking talk to them, dude. Well, I didn't fucking talk to them. We didn't have a good relationship. All cause, yeah, we were living in a nice house in a gated community, but I was fucking sad. I was depressed. I had no relationship with my parents. I had no friends.
KFC manager.
And growing up, I got kicked out of 3 middle schools, got kicked out of 2 high schools. I went to a fucking wilderness camp for behavior issues. I literally had a horrible childhood growing up. I was bullied severely in school with no friends. I had a fucking psychologist and a therapist, okay? I was on all this fucking crazy medication that made me a fucking zombie throughout the entire day. And you're telling me because I lived in a gated community, I should be fucking happy and my life wasn't shit? Come on. That's a fucked up thing. Yeah, sure, I'm not some starving kid in Africa living in a tiki hut eating fucking bugs. But, I wasn't happy at the same time as well. I had my own fucking issues, okay? You can't compare me to like some homeless guy, because we all have our fucking issues, okay? And I think that's the worst thing in the world. When you compare somebody somebody who's homeless he has a different fucking life, dude. You know what I mean? Than me. Like, you can't compare that. Like, they're like blaming me. Oh, but his parents are rich, so he had a good life. No, you're retarded as fuck if you think some shit like that. So, and this subreddit with these people are literally retarded at the same damn time, because they're talking about how I'm racist because I said nigga, and how I should. All right, so it's pretty big. I think a lot of you would be able to relate to this. How many of your parents growing up, instead of parenting you, they brought you to a psychologist and medicated you? Because that's kind of what I was about. My parents medicated me instead of
Ice, you are on
parenting
UK
me.
news for being racist at the moment. Short clip here.
Let me see, what is this? My parents medicated me. So basically, it all started. I was in middle school, and my fucking, I don't know. I was getting in trouble in school because I just wasn't doing my work. That's where it all started. I just was, I was just sitting there. I wasn't doing my fucking work. And the school was like, you need to bring your kid to a psychologist because he has issues or something. So my parents brought me to a psychologist. And after talking to the psychologist for about 20 minutes, he's like, yeah, your kid has Asperger's and ADHD. And I'm just sitting there I didn't know what was going. Like, I was like fucking 12. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm like, all right. And my parents are like, oh, so what should we do about it? And he's like, well, we have to put him on medication, and we have to, have him see a fucking therapist like twice a week. So they put me on like 3 different medications. I was put on fucking like Vyvanse, Zoloft, and some kind of I think it was like Klonopin or something. I don't know. And so it was like antipsychotic, anti-anxiety, and then the fucking ADHD shit. So I was taking all those, and then I also took, since the ADHD shit kept me up, I couldn't sleep, I also took some sleeping shit at night. So I was just like drugged out from like 12 to like 18, just my entire I just couldn't. You can't really think when you're drugged out, and you have these fucking doctors that are just telling your parents all this shit. Like, the doctor was telling my parents how to parent for me, so I'm like sitting here all, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. I was like super depressed and shit like that, and I couldn't really think for myself because I was like on like all these drugs, and I was constantly switching drugs throughout my entire childhood because they just weren't fucking working. Okay, like Zoloft made me have anger issues. I couldn't be myself.
Same guy as before. Shut the fuck up. They were medicating you? They were trying to fucking help. Maybe they weren't the best fucking
They weren't. That
parents,
wasn't
but
helping,
they were
man.
obviously caring
Listen.
for you and getting you the counseling and medication.
Yeah, they just didn't know. Listen, they were trying to help, but I've told my parents the fucking medication makes me feel like shit, and they still made me take it, because the doctor said I had to, okay? Because the doctor doesn't know what he's talking about. Trust me, listen, just fucking listen. When I was growing up, I was going to all these different medications. Zoloft made me angry as fuck. I was so angry, literally angry all the fucking time. I was just pissed off, like punching walls, like cussing people out. I had literally no patience for anything. Okay, so they switched me off Zoloft, they put me on some other shit. And then that gave me, that shit made me get like, it's like, I don't know, like shit wrong with me. Like I was just sick, I was like tired all the time.
Growing up with parents you aren't close with, or parents you have issues with is worse than growing up poor. You can make your own money later, but you can't get your childhood back that all your friends had. That's what these 12-year-old spoiled kids don't get.
But I realized when I was 18 years old, and I got like a job. I got a job at Chowderheads, and I just stopped taking the medicine because I was like, listen, it literally cannot work. It's making me feel tired, and I just cannot concentrate on shit. And I just cold turkey stopped all the medication. It was bad for like a week. I was like super on edge and like cracked out or something. Like I just felt like shit. And then I realized after that week, for the first time after like 7 years of taking medication, first time ever on no medication, I felt better than I ever felt in my life. Like for so long, I felt clarity in my mind. Like I felt like I felt like clarity, dude. Okay, when you're on when you're on shit that changes how you think, like the antipsychotics and the anti-anxieties,
Imagine having
it
to
changes
deal
how you
with a
think.
autistic child like you.
And
I would medicate you just like Michael and Inza.
It puts a wall in front of everybody. Okay, you're walking around with like a fucking wall and a cloud over you, and you can't get rid of it, and you don't know why.
On a separate note to niece Poseidon, you modded me earlier but forgot to mod me. Please do that so I can moderate this chat. Back to the chat.
What are you saying? Listen, and then what I'm saying is,
had a real one-on-one conversation with your parents? Tell them how you really feel if you haven't. It's not too late.
Yeah, I've talked to them. It's just really awkward, and I just don't like doing it. Because I never talked to them growing up, so doing it now is just really awkward. Yeah, so I don't know, man. When I took out the medicine, I was like, fine. I was like, okay, I feel fucking good. I feel happy. They tried to help you. They did try to help me, but when I was telling them my entire fucking life that the medicine is making me feel worse, and they still make me take it because the doctor says I have to. You know what I mean? Is that really helping? So when I finally got off this shit, when I was like 18, I was like, shit, I feel so much better, and I've been missing out. And
I see.
And I thank fuck for that. Yeah, the only time I ever felt suicidal in my life is when I was on the fucking medicine that's supposed to make you not suicidal. It's the only time, dude. I have never felt suicidal the moment, like, when I got off that medicine, I was still fucking kind of sad because I had no friends and shit, but I never once wanted to kill myself. When I was on that medicine, I tried to kill myself. So it literally fucks you up, dude. It does. And I think it's all for the money. Like, I think, like, doctors just want to get, like,